Thanks so much, Claire. Well, summer is kicking off at the Santa Barbara Museum of Natural History. It started with butterflies. It will soon unveil the king of dinosaurs. Here to tell us about it is the president of the museum, Luke Swetland, and director of exhibits, Frank Hine. Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us, Stacy.
Okay, well, let's first start about Butterflies Alive, because that just happened this past weekend and it's a hit. It was a hit.
It's always a hit. You
Yeah.
know, this is our centennial year,
Right.
and we wanted to give Santa Barbara a really special present. So we said, let's bring back our most popular exhibition, Butterflies Alive, and let's go one better. Let's invite the most famous Tyrannosaurus Rex in the world, Sue, to spend the summer with us.
Yes, and let's change gears then, since we have the butterflies out here. And butterflies, I know my son would go nuts if he was just sitting there watching them, but I fear that in a couple of years he's going to be making loud dinosaur noises at all times of the day. So let's talk about the T-Rex and what you have going on in the museum with that.
Right. Monday, we received T-Rex. She came in from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Days and days and days journey to get to us, and it took us 3 days to set her up. By the end of today, it'll be ready. And I have to tell you, being able to build a dinosaur over the course of a week is kind of a boy's dream.
Yeah.
Right? It's been so much fun, and when we finally put the finishing touches on her, it's really impressive.
Now, does Sue have a story?
She has a long story, 67 million years, but in the last the last 10 or 20, she was discovered in 1990, and since then, I think something like 33,000 hours have been spent in preparing the bones, getting it ready, and another tens of thousands of hours to get the cast built so that this Sue can travel and come out to the public in a place like Santa Barbara.
How big of a deal is it to have an exhibit like this in your own museum?
Well, it's great. You know, we didn't have dinosaurs here in Santa Barbara. Historically, we were underwater. Everybody wants to see dinosaurs. They have such mystery and mystique, and they're just fascinating, and so how great to bring that to town.
Now, do you notice when you're in the museum and people come to check out the exhibit, do you notice that it's more adults that go to the dinosaurs, or it's young kids, or is it gentlemen like you that this is a boyhood fantasy to see it in real life?
It's kind of universal, so the adults, people are just trying to peek in the entire time we're setting up, and the kids in particular, they're just sort of levitating, waiting for it. And I hear things like, Dad, we gotta go. When does it open? We gotta go. So if you have a kid and they find out summer came and went, you didn't take them to T-Rex, you're gonna have some explaining.
You're gonna be in big trouble. I love the
Yeah.
kids when they go to the museums and they see the dinosaurs, like, they're so big.
Yeah.
They just can't explain the enormity of the I guess the specimen.
Yeah.
Well, it's very cool. Now, can we push the little button on the T-Rex here?
This
just
is
because
the
it's so
newest
fun?
addition to our staff.
Yes,
T-Rex.
he has his own badge. Okay, if you love your children, you'll take them to go see the T-Rex at the Santa Barbara Museum. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you.
All right, T, that's enough.
Yeah, settle down.